We have Muangthai at 5'8" versus opponent 8 inches taller than him. First we see Anane with a record of 34-5, very, very solid. Muangthai 204-44, crazy. We got to cover this fight today because so many people ask about height differences and how you overcome it. This is an instance where this Muay Thai legend, who has fought and won so many times successfully, had a super awesome fight against Liam Harrison, where he knocked Liam Harrison down twice before going on to be knocked down 3 times himself. This is an experienced fighter. This is a dangerous fighter. And we're going to see how he struggles with this height difference and the little areas which he could have possibly improved upon. So right away we can note that yes, this height difference is super substantial. It's like, how are they even in the same weight class? How does Anane make 135 at 6'4"? That's crazy. So we see the range, hard to close right now. I don't love how Muangthai is walking straight forward and not taking his head off the center line too often. That puts him in range for that jab. I feel like entering fairly aggressively with the head off the center line and throwing at the same time is a good idea. Looks like he's trying to land some low kicks. I think we saw Superlek, who's maybe 5'9", KO Anane, heavily relying on low kicks. So maybe Muangthai has that strategy, but he's unable to land successfully so far. There's one, but now out of range. Just following right on the end of that jab. Trying the straight pressure forward. I don't like how he's just walking and walking and walking, but not really changing the distance because Anane is simply taking those steps backwards. I feel like he could stop, stay outside of range, wait for Anane to stop, and then move forward a little bit more aggressively. It really doesn't even look like they could be in the same weight class. Nice long knee from Anane. The low kicks really aren't working, and I feel like Muangthai is not throwing them enough with a setup. Good aggression there. Doing a very nice jab there, just sort of popping it out, making sure that Muangthai can't walk straight in without some sort of punishment. So a fairly easy, front kick to the face to finish. Fairly easy first round there. Here we go into round number 2. Muangthai's got to win this one, otherwise you're completely back on the scorecard and relying on a knockout. Yeah, still really struggling with that low kick. Like I said, probably saw Superlek do it successfully, but it's like his range is just not working. He can't land the low kick where Anane can land the jab, and that's bad. Anane is a very young fighter. I think it said maybe 19 or 20, whereas Muangthai is 28, 29. That's not old for a fighter, but that's old for a Thai fighter. Because when you see a record like his, something like 244 fights or wins and something like 44 losses, he's been fighting since he was so young. The amount of abuse his body has taken at this point would be substantial. I'm almost wondering if a calf kick would work because of how skinny Anan's legs are. He would have hardly any meat before the bone. And I just think like 2 or 3 and you might really rock him. Because if he's backing up this much, you want to take away his ability to do that. And a calf kick might be the easy way. He's been doing a fairly good job checking low kicks, so you might not land them all. I don't really love how, I know this is not a Muay Thai thing necessarily, but the straight walk forward. I feel like cutting some angles from the outside, just making Anane adjust to the left and right that you take, might give him a little bit more success in moving forward, as opposed to just coming directly forward, which it doesn't seem to be doing much right now. Trying to land the big shots. Again, I think head off the center line, maybe attacking the body on the way in would be better, because right now he's getting teed off on. And that was a change right there in the fight, because it's the first time we really saw Muangthai just get backed up across the ring. That's got to be 2 rounds to 0 for Anane. He comes out hard, throwing with power. The low kicks, not landing still, but trying to go to the inside and mix it up at least. Hard range to figure out on Anane, because he's throwing those knees from the in tight, but that is still very far away. But then if you think, oh, okay, I'm going to fade back, not let those knees land, then he just extends to the round kick. Normally the solution here would be get to the inside, box the guy up, potentially even lock him up in the clinch. But when they get in tight, he's having a lot of trouble, because the extra height Anane has makes it harder for him to land elbows, and Anane, when he gets to the clinch, can just kind of drop his weight. There's a count. Looked like a body knee. Or sorry, a knee to the head. We'll have to see a replay of that. I actually just glanced slightly off to the side and caught that in my peripherals. Missed where it landed, but oh, Muangthai's, he's struggling. This is very impressive from Anane, because like I said, Muangthai is dangerous. You put Harrison down, you know the fighter is dangerous. Good little inside leg there. Just caught him as he's trying to throw the elbow, the off balance. He's overpowering there. By the time Anane threw a couple, Muangthai should have got a couple off too. He's trying to bomb big shots instead of touch, 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 and then once he goes stationary, then try to throw something that's just actually going to score a knockout. It's an exciting fight though, they're really throwing down. Down to the end, most likely too little too late at this point, but good, better pressure now from Muangthai, having a little bit more success at least. Ate an elbow there though. Sharp elbows. Exciting fight, massive size difference. Thanks for joining me today, guys.